EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world.
We in the steel capital of the world.
This was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Detroit Lions. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And
why would I do that?
A run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Fields on first down. Got him in. It's Brown. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. This defense for the Steelers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions. And
the Eagles are 7-2. I see.
That's the kind of defense that really frustrates an opponent.
Tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right.
Come on, man. Why? How does he drop that?
And 4th down now coming up.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. He was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
On one, right? Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, heavy?
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Boy, got Jonathan Taylor.
Solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL. And by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
On 2, ready? Mike 19, Mike 19. Oh, you got D? Mike 19.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
Fat lineman too slow, man. I was doing the same thing to Boogie last night, man. Man, I was doing the same thing to...
It's going to be a long afternoon.
1st and 10, Taylor now. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Oh my God.
Stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
11 Thomas.
Now Burrow. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And it's going to be another first down.
Nice.
They'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Cordero Patterson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a first-quarter lead. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'd lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
2nd down and 8.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch that, watch that, watch that.
They run out of the gun with Swift. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Fields. He'll get this one to the Golden Domer, St. Brown. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being
Zig.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On 1st and 10 is Swift. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down.
Oh, this nigga hit me with a missile.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's going deep for Brown.
What? Why ain't no jump?
Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the Steelers
Man, he was in front of you. How in the heck?
their own 5-yard The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. A 6-2 is their record through the first 8 weeks. Now, Charles, what is your assessment?
Man, they pancaked that boy. They pancaked my boy like that, man.
I see some of these road games, and I know those are going to be difficult, but this is a good team, so I'm going to go with a 11-5. That seems about right, and I think that'd be a nice accomplishment, too.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's able to break out a
Man, he almost got out of that. How? I don't know.
Still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Open man, that's the tight end fire move. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you blitz him, he takes advantage of that man coverage and burns you. But if you bring on those extra DBs, he sits back there and does what he wants. To me, it's going to be those DBs. When they catch the ball, big-time tackles really put it on those receivers.
On one, ready?
On first down, Taylor.
Good shit.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
11.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Burrow. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Cookies.
And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. CD, I know it's just
It's cookies.
Quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it in.
And the defense
Man, this nigga not getting past him no more. He won't even jump. I don't get it.
Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on, his teammates going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
We know it's not an easy job.
Right. Well, yeah, it does.
He's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll get this only up to the 35. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
May go to Cage's house.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball.
Burrow on play action.
Let's see what you got.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Play action. It's Fields. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's interception.
Damn, this nigga hit me with a garbage can.
The veteran with a pick. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Burrow now off the bootleg. A throw left side, caught by the tight end Freiermuth. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
Get set. 180. Get off the field. Hey, no, look, we got.
And they go play action now. Burrow gonna throw deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one.
Oh, so many picks.
So now a fresh set of downs. 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Kill.
Now a give to Taylor. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. On the handoff, Taylor. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Taylor. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal.
11, MT, take. 11, stop.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Looking in zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows to throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Mike 19. I got it.
3rd and goal. Burrow. He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And the lead now stands at 13. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you got everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
On the defensive end, Cameron Sutton with a tackle.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Here's Fields. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. On second down, it's Taylor. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
The Steelers on third down. They've been okay.
No, actually, I was start hooping. I was playing Gods Amongst Us, but I lost the Yellow Lantern. I was Green Lantern in my storyline.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards.
Go to dance.
And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good start.
He's still in the chat.
For them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey,
From the gun, here's Swift. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
Check, 93's the mic, 93's the mic. I smell fear in that offense. I smell 66, bullet, high.
On second and very short. Fields. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it.
One play at a time. Here we go.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Extra point, hung the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Amon-Ra St. Brown going to bring it out of his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right.
And my goodness, another interception. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have great field position here. This is returned just shy of midfield.
Wow.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And his throw here's incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to
mouth.
You know, he's one of
Oh,
those
come on.
that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Burrow's throw completes to Freiermuth. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this down to the 10.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That was a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. The good slant caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
Here we go. Can. Stop.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the 1st half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, That'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Here we go. Start.
50. I got you.
180. What is that?
Here we go. 50.
Start.
They'll run on first down. Taylor.
Man up,
Trey Flowers there on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
That's the way.
Here we go. Here. Start.
Now it's Burrow.
Hey, man. Watch the boots. Watch
A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's got this down to the 35.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, Taylor. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call it.
He's got Claypool for a Steeler touchdown. Chase Claypool with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
From his end zone is St. Brown. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee, as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game.
I'm gonna holler at y'all in a minute. I'm about to go find me something to eat.
The way they did on the last play.
Yeah.
Now a nice play defensively on first down, as this is knocked away and incomplete. But the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Fields throw pulled in by Jefferson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. On third down, here comes Swift. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on to punt for Detroit. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20.
Here we go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's Burrow.
Here we go.
They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and he'll be stopped right at midfield. 97 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That was good, tough running right up the middle, and if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
11. 50's the mic.
From just shy of midfield, Burrow. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, 4 down.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Taylor. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here we go. 180.
From the 16, Burrow. To the right side and complete to Washington. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
I'm one, ready?
Mike 19. All day, every day, any day. Mike 19.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers offense, they continue to pour it on. Extra point now by Boswell. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From his end zone is St. Brown. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
Do that again, baby. Do it again.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
On first down, Fields. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play.
Here we go.
Unable to connect in that attempt.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Fields. Open man right side of St. Brown. And he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Now a first down throw, Fields. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And they will finally stop him, but a great return gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
Here we go.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
The give to Taylor. He will push his way down to about the 14. Romeo Okwara in on the tackle.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy is nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
11 mighty.
On third down, Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. On first down, Taylor. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 27. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Hey, no, look, we got Mike 50. Mike 50, huh? Bring it!
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on third down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, third down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, pulled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Patterson. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Cordero Patterson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Steelers are looking as if they'll move it to 7-2 as they add on to this lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. does well now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Fields. He's going deep for Brown. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on football.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
Let's go. Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Got it. 93's the mic. 93's the mic. Watch the flood. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
Again, Fields. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. On 2nd and 9, Burrow. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From his end zone, here comes Patterson. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here we go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Mike's 50.
They run once more with Taylor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Show an 8.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. 168 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
we go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike, nice.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here we go.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Here we go.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And that is incomplete.
And what would the dime look that time on defense? Just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The Steelers send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played. Pressure comes and the Steelers take him down. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here we go.
After the sack on 1st down, Fields forced out to his left. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields, eluding the pressure right. He'll have a first down past the 40.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. One last throw here for Fields. Buying time to his left.
Ooh, Lord,
The ball's out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Steelers, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.